Keep it high, keep it tight. It's Jay Morse, the review guy, back to bring you another 5-minute review. In this review, we will be reviewing the album The Anthropocene Extinction by Decapitation. And before you click off, because of the name, they're vegans. Their lyricism is very, it's just very malignantly spiteful towards the human race, if that's the best way I can put it. They showcase kind of cruelty to animals, veganism. They're campaigners for that. And that is that's the brand of music that they make. So don't think that by this name that this is some kind of, I don't know, bad band. It's a great band, and they do campaign for animal rights, which is a very important subject, and keep that in mind. So, if you want a shout-out in the next video, leave a like on this video, comment below anything, and be subscribed to the channel, and your link will go in the description below. So, thank you guys for checking out this video. This is an album that I wanted to review from the time that I started doing album reviews. I think that Decapitation plays a very extreme breed of metal. They play a genre known as death grind, which is a combination of the genres of grindcore and death metal. And they do have other type of technical genres mixed in with their music, but that's the basic one. They take grindcore, they take the abrasiveness, they take the death metal growls and screams and pig squeals and just gruesome noises that you come to love from a band like this, and they mix it with just fast guitar playing, absolutely rupturing, shrieking vocals, and just absolutely, it's hard to believe that the guitars and drums aren't a machine. That's how technical this band is. And they have a very consistent discography. They're very explorable. You can go look at their past discography and see that this is a band that's full of capable musicians that really changed how the genre was perceived, because with an album like Monolith of Inhumanity, which was their last album before the Anthropocene Extinction, released in, I believe, 2012, they showcased that they were able to put some clean singing into a genre that was known for just abrasiveness, brutality, chugging, and just anger. And whereas most of the bands that are in this genre talk about just death and guts and blood and gore and all that type of stuff, like some B-rated horror movie, Decapitation really took that into a new wave, and their whole breed of metal is based on the mistreatment of animals, the mistreatment of Earth, and just everything that revolves around that. Like there's a song on this called Pacific Rim, which is based on the garbage that's littered in the ocean and stuff like that. And it's a great album that showcases great lyricism, and great lyricism isn't what most of the time you would expect from an album like this, but there's a reason that an album that is as brutal and as just abrasive as this album would be able to debut at number 100 on the Billboard 200. That's unheard of. In fact, Metal Blade Records, the label that this is on, has been around since, I believe, either the 80s or 90s, and they've only had about 20 bands that have hit the Billboard 200 over hundreds, and Decapitation's one of them. And it's because they're not only conveying a message, they're playing a breed of metal that is different from the norm, and people are attracted to bands that play a certain type of music that is different from the norm, and Decapitation really did this on this album. The Anthropocene Extinction, I mean, most people thought that Monolith of Inhumanity was their peak, that it was just one of those albums that every band has in their discography where just everything came together, it sounded great, the lyricism was great, it just came out sounding amazing. But they peaked themselves even more on the Anthropocene Extinction, and it turned out amazing. There is so much to say about this album that it's hard to sum it up in 5 minutes, but if you want an album that is just ear-bleedingly great, that's the best way I can say it. It's loud, it's heavy metal at its finest, and they're one of the pioneers of a genre that had previously been a very niche genre, a very boxed-in genre, and here they are on a big label, debuting at number 100 on the Billboard 200, and honestly, I can only see them going up from here. Now, can they write another album like the Anthropocene Extinction? That's doubtful. It's doubtful that something like that can come again and that it can be as good, but at the same time, it doesn't matter, because this is an amazing album, and all their albums before it are amazing. I might do some reviews of them if I get my hands on them, but I'm excited to see what this band does in the future, And I think that they can only go up from here, although this really... People thought Monolith of Inhumanity was good. Well, hell, look at the Anthropocene Extinction. It kicks the ass of Monolith of Inhumanity, and it takes them in a new direction. So I give this album a perfect 10 out of 10 for not only creativity, but lyricism, for technicality, for vocalism. Go check it out. Go check out the links in the description if you haven't already. I'll see you guys on the next one, but for now, keep it high, keep it tight. It's Jay Morse, the review guy, peacing out, saying farewell.